The more we rely on oil and gas, the more global events will pinch us. If we don't have a resilient, robust, independent network that's distributed, another incursion in natural gas supply in Europe can wreak havoc. And you're seeing right now in the United Kingdom and throughout the rest of Europe that have been really cut off from their expected supply chains. And in Germany, it was most pronounced, where it's a question now of, do I heat or do I eat? And that is just an unconscionable choice for anybody to have to make in the world in 2022. And so I think the call to mobilization is out. I think the Planet Masters Conference and the folks across the global community, and the young folks in particular, are going to be the drivers of this, and hopefully the beneficiaries of it and not the victims of it. So more of the above. Act now, and make the sustainable choice.
We need to be very conscious of the impacts or the effects of our technological choices. I mean, AI is a great example where, there was a lot of bias, particularly bias against minority groups, that was built into early AI systems. And there are now think tanks and groups that are addressing that and are examining that. But certainly that was perhaps a foreseeable consequence of a system, and could have great impacts. And certainly you're thinking about how facial recognition software is deployed in various different ways, and how that has failures, has blind spots, literally, where it can't recognize certain faces, particularly thinking of the research that shows it doesn't recognize African American faces, particularly males, very well. So I think we need to be conscious of the social dynamics, the social context in which we design and develop.
Yes, well, I really do agree with Susan and Blake, and the last chance that we have to create a better world is this moment. I think that we have to act very quickly in a very wide very wide range of topics, but I would like to point in a few. I think that well, we are in a post-pandemic world. We are right now in some place with a war. We live in a very BUACA world.
Two major crises: the pandemic, COVID-19, which is not over yet, and the Russian-Ukrainian war. And we notice how weak we are, how weak our global society is to face such problems, and what other problems were created by those two events. Right now, we have a situation in Europe where gas is absolutely unaffordable. You have gas bills which are 10 times bigger than before, 5 times bigger. A lot of business will close. They cannot survive. Prices will go up. I've just been traveling, and I noticed that my air tickets, my airfares, are twice as much as they were before the COVID-19.